us and facilitated over the discussions. Thank you very much for the day of yesterday. A lot was shared, and feedback received indicates that people followed us keenly and are interested to know more. I hope the same members are here and more have also joined today. We also take this opportunity to let you know this webinar is being supported by Golo University in northern Uganda, BSU Building Stronger Universities, a project in Golo University, by CATS International, and then also by New Brothers Synergies Limited, Uganda, that I will recognize along the way. So on this note, I want to once again welcome you and
Dr. Samson, unmute yourself, please.
Hear me now?
Yes, we hear you good.
Okay, great. So thank you again, the moderator, for the welcome and giving us an overview of what we had yesterday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's my absolute pleasure again to welcome you again for this second day to this exciting and timely webinar on artificial intelligence education, focusing mostly on use of AI in education. We're going to explore more today and dive even deeper into the utilization of artificial intelligence and how we can use AI in different sectors in education. And we're going to showcase just to demonstrate with a few examples, how we can use, for example, some of the AI tools to be more efficient in our day-to-day operations at schools, at colleges where we work, and so on, and even just our personal lives. So we're going to be having a discussion on AI, how it's shaping the different industries, just to begin with. So we appreciate that this is not just in education, but also it spans across multiple departments, multiple organizations and industries. So artificial intelligence, like was defined yesterday, is development of computer systems that are capable of performing tasks. These tasks that always require human intelligence, such as learning, reasoning, and even decision making. So there are key technologies when you talk about artificial intelligence, and some of them include machine learning. Machine learning are just algorithms that have that ability to learn and improve on their learning over time. We also have something called the natural language processing. This enables computers to understand and to generate human language, e.g. the chatbots, the voice assistants. You've seen things like Alexa, you've seen Google Assistants, and many more. Siri on your phone.
Recording in progress.
You've seen like Siri that you have installed on your phone and many more. So those are some of the Google Assistants. They allow you to use the natural language to communicate with the system. So they have that ability to understand and to generate human recognizable language. We also have computer vision. So computer visions are just machines that can interpret, they can analyze visual data and then recognize, like, for example, the facial recognitions or the medical imaging. These are machines that can recognize. So they use more of things like the camera systems to, to capture the image, and then they have that ability to recognize the image, to analyze, and to provide that support for decision making. And we also have other things like the robotics. Robotics are simply machines that are capable of performing complex tasks autonomously. So they do everything that a human can do, but they don't get tired. They're pretty much just machines, so they do it autonomously. So AI has a very important role when it comes to innovation. And we're going to see as we dive deeper into the different technological advancements that the world is experiencing today. So in healthcare, for example, if I was to talk about healthcare, AI has been used in different aspects from medical diagnostics. So you find that AI-powered systems are being used in imaging tools like the MRI, X-rays, to perform those detailed analyses. And because they have that ability to detect diseases like cancer, with a higher accuracy and other than the traditional methods. We also have personalized medicine, discovery of drugs. AI can help in developing customized treatment plans. Patients are able to participate in drug discoveries. We can understand the different patterns and many more to help them have better lives. In finance, a good example in finance, and just back to medical, when we had a COVID outbreak, it's an AI company that was able to detect when they noticed patterns of some flu-like diseases, from among people who are moving from one location to another. And this company in Canada was able to flag this based on the pattern that it was able to detect from people who are moving and based on the symptoms that they were exhibiting. And because of that, they were able to warn that there is something coming up and it's an outbreak. And now they started planning. They wanted all the departments that there's something that is actually coming up that is likely to destabilize the whole world. And this is a COVID. So they were able to detect that earlier and even provided warning systems to all the authorities so that we can begin planning. And different governments began putting measures in place to start planning in preparation for the COVID. And when COVID hit, you saw how different government, the US was really on the front line. All the other governments were there, and they were trying to contain this disease. So AI can actually be used in early warning systems to detect different patterns and also just to prevent or reduce the risk that could have been associated with such kind of things. So in finance, if I know yesterday that people say they're from finance department, AI is being used in fraud detection and risk management to analyze transactions on real time, to detect unusual patterns. And many times I've seen maybe you've seen a message that, hey, from a bank that we've seen an unusual activity when maybe you try to withdraw money from a location that you never withdraw money from, they'll say that this is not normal, from a website that is not common, like TikTok, for example. If you go and purchase from TikTok and you're never on TikTok and you're never on this social media, then your bank would definitely flag that and even alert you that there's a possibility that you need to verify this transaction, because it's likely unusual activity. So those are AI systems being used to detect fraud and just to protect you as a citizen, and also to protect the bank from, again, engaging in losses that are necessary. We have AI also being used in trading. Those who buy stocks and money markets, and they do investments online, they buy cryptos. Algorithms are now being used to analyze like the best stocks that is coming up. It will advise you on when to buy, when to make the sale. Ideally, the whole idea, if you're going to make profits in your money market, the timing is very, very important. And so this means that the timing when you make the sale will determine if you're going to make losses or profits. So AI systems are now being used in the money markets to advise. They're called the robo-advisors. So they can advise you on when to make a sale. So when the graph is going up, then that you mean at the top, that's when you can make a sale. And when the graph is going all the way down at the lowest level, that is when you can make a purchase because the prices are lower. So it uses those patterns to offer advice and to offer investment advice to people who are interested in investments. So that is how AI has been used. We also use AI in customer service. Many a times you go to a website and you see information, you see a chatbot there saying, hello, if you need any help, any assistance, I'll be glad to assist you. And you put in your info there, hey, I need help with this and this. And it will go through the database and find out a solution and provide it for you in real time. That is an AI chatbot just to help you do that interaction with the system and allows you to manage some queries efficiently and on time. So there's a lot of usage of AI. And today I want to show you a little bit about one of the tools that I really love to use. And I use this tool pretty much on a daily basis, depending on the nature of what I'm doing. Let me see in the chat here if there's any questions so far. Yeah, so the recording is being done right now, and it should be available on YouTube. There'll be a link. I think the producers can share the link for you, Emmanuel, but thank you again for that. All right, so I'm going to show you, share my screen, and then we can be able to see a little bit about some of these tools that are found valuable. I'm introducing ChatGPT. I don't know if you're able to see my screen. Can somebody just put something on the chat to confirm that they can see my screen?
It's visible. It's
Okay,
visible.
perfect. So I'm just going to share my screen with you guys. Thank you. So this is a typical interface when it goes to ChatGPT. So to open ChatGPT, you just open the browser and you can go to Google, as usual, and just say ChatGPT. And there are two versions. There's a free version and there's a paid version. So this is OpenAI, is a company that developed this product, and this is an interface. So when you come into ChatGPT, you have different models of the AI, so you can select which model you want to use. I'm currently using 4.0 because I feel it's great for most of the questions. It's great for most of the things I'm working on a daily basis. So on the side here, there's a sidebar that allows you to see like the previous prompt, what you asked the previous day, and you can go back to them and many more. Underneath here, you see where it says there's a pen there. You can click on that to start a new chat. And whenever you start a new chat, it brings you to this page. So this is pretty much it here. You can begin typing your prompt. So a prompt is basically something that you're looking to get information about from the AI system. So you're saying, I want you to draft for me an email, right? So you want to use ChatGPT, for example, to draft an email. How do you go about that? So you can say like, I'm just going to copy and paste one of the prompts that I have here. So I'm going to paste this here. And it says, generate a welcome email for my students introducing, maybe the course is called BIT. Which course can I use for the, let's see, project management? So we want to send an email, a welcome email to the student introducing the course project management. Modify and say the email should, for example, have an introduction, be very polite and professional, You have to specify what you want on the email. So I say I want it to be a very polite, very friendly, a very professional email, and in not maybe less than 100 words. That's a long email. So I want an email that is less than 100 words. I'm going to do a quick search, and there comes my email. So it's going to draft the email. Remember, Professor Roberts said yesterday, AI is not going to replace you as an employee, but people who have invested in AI and have mastered AI are likely to replace you. So we need to make sure that we are always on top of this, so we don't end up being the victims when it happens. So this is a draft of my email. And remember, AI may not be correct, and we make mistakes. And there's a disclaimer here that says ChatGPT can make mistakes. So it's very important to always check whatever is coming out of the chat. This is my email that has been generated. How much time did it take me to generate this email? Less than a second, right? So it says, dear students, welcome to project management. I'm excited to guide you through this course as we explore key principles, methodologies, best practices in managing projects effectively. Throughout this course, we'll engage in hands-on activities, case studies, discussions to enhance practical skills. Please review the syllabus for course objectives, deadlines, and participation expectation. Communication and collaborations are very key. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Looking forward to an engaging and productive semester with you, Dr. Ogola. So this is a pretty good email. So you can adapt this, you can make changes, you can copy this to maybe Word document, or you want to just download this email in a PDF form or in Word form. So you can just say, download the email in Word form. So I can get the email prepared in Microsoft Word if I need to send it like an attachment. And you can do this for any file format. It's PowerPoint, you can create a PDF file, you can create anything. And there you see your email is now available for download. And when you click on that, it automatically downloads in Word form. And this is your email that you just generated. That is the power of AI. We can use AI to do such kind of activities. So there is you can write different emails, like at the end of the course, as part of the student support, you may write an email like this, like, hey, can you draft an email, reminding students about the deadlines? This is part of our culture care, just want to do a quick checkout and, make sure they're doing fine, and remind them of the upcoming deadline. So you can do that, and it will draft a letter for an email for you, and you can insert the date, it tells you when the deadline would be. You can specify that in the prompt. So prompt is anything that you're going to be typing there. Remember, you can also prompt by different, you can do that, you can type it there, or you can actually use a voice or voice mode. So you have that ability to use voice mode. Dr. Katerega, if you can monitor the chat, I don't have a visibility over that right now, but if there are questions, we'd be glad to answer them. Thank you, Hassan, for sharing the YouTube. So this, you have the voice mode, and you can also use the voice here. So I'm going to go into that shortly. Once you get your feedback, once you get your report from the chat, ChatGPT remember, this is an AI system. They want to know how they're doing. So sometimes you can say, you can give them a thumbs up if you like the response. And if you don't like it, just state it there that this is a bad response, and they'll be able to learn from it and be able to correct it in the future. Sometimes if you say like that, they'll be able to review and say, why did we go wrong? Just to try to figure out, so in future we can get a better response. So you can give a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on what you feel like. If you're giving a thumbs down, then you have to specify what went wrong. They're just trying to find out how to fix it in the future. And so it's important to do that. All right. So you can do a lot of prompts. Let's do another prompt. That's an email prompt. Assuming I just want to build a course. And when I used to teach at Jomo Kenyatta University in Kenya, the first thing when you get a course, they will give you a course outline. And the course outline would just state like this, and this. And it is not detailed. So actually, it was a course description, not a course outline. It was a course description. So the course description is just a paragraph that shows what needs to be covered, right? And so from there, you have to build a course outline. So if I get that document from Mooney University that describes what needs to be in the course, then I would need to think about what my course outline would look like. So if I'm covering business analytics, or let's say AWS, so I want to generate a detailed course outline for AWS course covering maybe 16 weeks. Let's say 6 weeks. So AWS course covering 6 weeks. We just want to generate a course outline. So ChatGPT can help you with that to get you an idea of what the AWS course would look like, and you can specify by putting in the course description from your university or the one that is provided for by your university. And here we go. We see a very detailed course outline for this particular course. It's a 6 weeks course by the instructor. It has an overview of the course, and then week by week expectations, introduction, week 2, compute and virtual computing, week 3, storage in databases, week 4, information security, identity access, and compliance. And then we talk about serverless application system, and so on and so on. So you can see we've built this course outline. The next thing would be, okay, I have a course outline. What else would you need from this course? You can generate pretty much everything that you need. So you can say, okay, provide, I want more details about the first topic, right? So this is a first course, and I want to get more details about this. So I can take that and I say, please provide detailed notes on this week 1. And you can put your details, and it's going to provide you with more detailed information just to help you start up, to help you get a clear understanding so that you can plan better for the class and know exactly what you'll be covering when you go into details of this class. So these are really summarized version, but you can ask ChatGPT to go into details again to provide you a detailed, for each of these components we're talking about here. So we just have to keep interacting with them. All right, so let's do a quick demo on chat, the voice mode. Remember, you can use voice mode again to do the same thing we've done. We've been typing, but assuming you're not in a position to type, you can use a voice mode. So let's launch the voice mode here, and okay, I'm just gonna do it again. Hello. Pretty good. I'm here on a webinar with a number of participants, and my participants are really terrific people who have joined this discussion on artificial intelligence and how it can be used in education. Could you please say hello to them? And if they can hear you, they should put let me know on the chat box. I'm waiting for the messages on the chat box. If you're able to hear that, then that means.
Dr. Samson, we can't hear anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It shows it's talking, but no voice.
No voice. Okay. Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
No.
No voice yet?
No voice.
All right,
Dr.
so I
Samson, do you
think,
hear the voice yourself? Do you
yes,
hear the answer? It's the
yes, I can
setting
hear.
from your sound.
Yeah, I think I will just, if you have to demo Dr. Nordin, you'll showcase the voice if you have a chance. But it's pretty much the same thing. You could speak to it, like you could just click on that and begin talking, and it's going to collect all that information and respond to you in real time, and you'll get your response. When you end the conversation, you should be able to see what you talked about as part of the chat. You see, of course, all these were part of the conversation when I did the call earlier. So let's move on to something here. So about email prompts, we've seen how you can maybe build a course outline. We can say another prompt for building a course outline. Let's see here. Generate a course outline for a 16-week semester, including assignments and exams. The course is a business statistics. So if you're doing business statistics and you want to generate a course schedule for 16 weeks, and you can see it's able to help us generate yes. Yep, and you can see the course schedule. So it shows what you're going to cover in each week as part of the business statistic course. It also shows the different assignments and activities that are required on a weekly basis, and when we're taking the midterm and when we'll do the midterm. Sorry about that voice glitch. It's my mixer over here that is misbehaving. So you can get all this information with the help of ChatGPT. And this is a very good tool that we can adapt as faculty, as professors, and people who help others in terms of learning. We can also reply to students. So I'm going to take a typical communication from one person, like, let me say here. I have this email from somebody. Let me do that. So I have this. I want to say provide a professional reply to my student, address them by name, and point out something interesting, something fun from their post. And this is the student's post, for example. I'm just generating a fake post here. And this is a post from the student. So the student says, my name is X, and I'm employed with the city of Tyson. I'm a senior contact. So we're going to run this. And when we run it's going to reply to Maritza. And so this is my reply to Maritza, assuming you have 1,000 students or 500 students or 200 students or 100 students or 10 students, you can post all their feedback and say respond to each one separately, right? And that will be able to help you come up with faster way of responding. So this is what the students say. I'm employed with this, I have experience in planning, building, maintaining customer relationship. In procurement, our responsibilities include this and this in the city. And so planning is extremely important in my day-to-day tasks and so on. I've enjoyed all my experiences thus far, and I hope this will develop my skills and capacity. And I look forward to this course and what it got to offer. And this is my response from my friend and my assistant. Dear X, thank you for your introduction. It's great to have you in the class. Your role as a senior contract officer sounds fascinating, especially on the part that ensures that every city purchase has a valid contract. Talk about the ultimate planner. I found it interesting that you work closely with vending communities, and that brings some unique challenges and insight into supply chain dynamics. And so I'm sure that your experience will bring valuable perspective to our discussions, particularly in capacity management process design. I look forward to your contributions to this class. Yours truly, Dr. Ogola. And you see, you have this very interesting and well done presentation. You're going to take this and read it, understand, edit, make changes if you need to. Remember, ChatGPT always make mistakes. So you have to have this in the back of your mind, and you can correct the mistakes. These are some of the things I look for to tell me that a student has actually used ChatGPT. Students are also smart. They're going to run into the tools and start using the tools. How do you know that this is a ChatGPT? Some document that is written by ChatGPT, there are things I look for. And a good red flag is always this one. They'll always leave their footprints, students will, if they're not very keen, they leave the footprints of ChatGPT. This is one of the footprint of ChatGPT. You will see that there is just unnecessary dashes elsewhere, anywhere. And then you can see the structure of the language. So if you've used ChatGPT over a long period of time, you'll be able to tell that this person has actually used ChatGPT. And if you know that person, like the in person, the person and how they always communicate, and then now they suddenly start changing and sending you that email that is very way much professional than you've seen them send. Maybe they're always sending one-line emails, responses, and then all of a sudden they send you a full two-page response or one-page response, and you see everything is perfect. It could be an indicator that they're using another tool rather than getting this from themselves. So we use that they are allowed to use ChatGPT, to use AI tools, but there is professional use of AI and that they have to abide to, and we can look into that, in details. You have to acknowledge where you get the information from. So if you're writing, for example, a paper, and you've generated info from ChatGPT, you have to acknowledge the sources, just like you put list of references to acknowledge that this is an information you sourced from the publication by Dr. Katerega. You have to also acknowledge that you get this from ChatGPT or from whatever AI platform, so that you are legally allowed to use it without any problem. So that's how you can reply, for example, to a student. You can also do as part of the culture of care, just talk about like, I want to have a response to students to participate more actively in class discussions. So you're just sending a general email to students, requesting them to participate more in classroom. So you can use ChatGPT to help you generate a draft email that you can circulate around. So there's so much more that we can do with ChatGPT. I cannot exhaust all of them, but let me see. Now, assuming you've been asked, I know people are talking about ChatGPT in research, and how can we use ChatGPT to get started with the initial thoughts? You can do a prompt, you can ask ChatGPT to write a paper, for example, write a paper on food security in Uganda. And we're talking about food security in Uganda. The paper should be less than 5 pages. The paper should be less than 5 pages and in APA form, or if you want to use any other format, it should be sources can be less than, not older. Let's say can be sources to be not older than 4 years, and so on. Yep. So I'm just I know Dr. Katerega will be going deeper into this, and I'm just gonna give you one example. I know he's gonna go into details onto how to do more prompts relating to papers. So 4 years, you can say include citations. I can say in text citations and list of reference, and so on. So you want to just specify what you want on the paper, and it could help you start making a draft of how the paper should look like, And based on this, you can continue to build on this writing. It's really basic, just to help you understand. But again, you can go into details. You can ask for it to go into details. From here, you can see it gave us a title. It gave us the cover page with the course date, the institution, and so on. Then we have an abstract, which may not make sense at this point because maybe the information is not source aligned. But we can see the details of my prompt. Like I said, include in-text citations, So we are seeing a APA format in-text citations for this resource that is based at World Food Program, the information by WFP. And you can see that is being properly cited there. And you can see more information, statistics. And again, this cannot be presented like this. It has to be, you have to go into details and just try to read more about this and try to add more beef. And this is what AI can help you start the process. It can help you set you up for success. If you didn't have an idea, just by reading through this, you may have some idea on how to go about your paper. So I'm just going to show you this, and I think Dr. Nordin will be coming in shortly to go into the details. If you want, you can send your questions on the chat room. We'll be glad to start answering them as soon as possible. We have a team of technocrats who are just waiting to provide solutions as they come in. So if you have a question, drop it on the channel. Here we see the list of references, and it has tried to provide for me some references. And what is good in academic writing without references? You need to have references. Without references, it is not academic writing. We need to appreciate sources where we're getting the information from. All right. So that marks a quick summary of how AI can be used in different areas in the society. So I want to stop there and just open up the floor for further questions, and if the moderator would want to take over.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Sam, for the for the wonderful presentation. We've just seen how AI can help us do a lot of things, including designing a course outline, generating emails, and responding to mails, basically to communicate, among others. We can also use it to draft a paper and do our research work. Thank you very much, Dr. Sam. Now, permit me, before I bring in Dr. Nordin, to recognize the presence of the following in this webinar. Mr. Zimbe Abdul, the headmaster of Gombe Secondary School in Kampala, Wakiso. Sir, you're most welcome to this webinar. I also would like to recognize the presence of His Lordship, the Judge of High Court, Honorable Farouk Lubega. Honorable, you're most welcome to the webinar. I also would like to recognize the presence of the Vice Chancellor of Gulu University, Professor George Lada Openjuru, who is right here with us, and also Dr. Jerry Bagaya, the Academic Registrar of Gulu University, also right here with us. Others include professors from Gulu universities, students, and also students from Muni University. Thank you for joining to participate. And then we also have students from other countries and personalities from other different countries, Kenya, I guess US. I see a name here. This may be from Ghana. Please, you're all welcome to this webinar. On this note, Nordin will play us a short video, and then from there he takes on to present from where Samson stopped. Thank you, Dr. Nordin. Sound? Check sound.
Is the video audible? Can someone tell whether the video is audible, please?
No. Try again.
How about now?
Still no?
No?
Yes, no.
Oh boy. How about now?
Not coming.
Is it audible now?
Prof, no, not yet.
Okay. Just will be played sometime. Gonna share it with the producer to give us. Let me send it to them. But I just suggest before I come in, we have another conversation. I mean, we have a general conversation about what Dr. Samson has presented. Because it seems like some people have questions.
Yes.
I would suggest to the moderator, sir.
Thank you. Let's start. We have some questions already here for you, Dr. Sam. One presenter called Moses is asking you and saying, thank you, doctor. Kindly advise which version of AI, especially ChatGPT, provides more support, because I am imagining that the free version is limited compared to the paid up version. Okello Lawrence is asking, how can I personalize responses from AI? For instance, a personal statement generated from AI. Yes, would you want to take on those as we welcome more questions? Dr. Sam?
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. So the question is advice on this chat.
I think with the first question
Okay.
of Moses, I've answered the question.
Yeah, I see there's a response by Doctor. But just to add, the free version, which is GPT 3.5, is uses 3.5 model only. So there could be a little bit some issues like slowness, especially when there's a peak, when there's peak time. You know, when everybody else is running their chat GPT, so that's a peak time. There is likelihood that if you are using the free version, it will be slower. It will not stop working. It's just going to be slower. And then there's also limited memory within the conversations. So that's some of the thing that you'll experience. Then there's also, it's always best for casual users, people who just have light things to ask, light tasks and just general inquiries. The paid version is costing about 22 bucks, like Dr. Katregas put in the chat. It's for team and enterprises and individuals who are heavy users of the model. So it gives you GPT-4 or the 4 with turbo, which is much more faster and more powerful compared to the 3.5. So the speed is a little bit faster, and then it maintains better context conversation. So you have, if you're a power user, if you're a student, you're a professional, then you need more advanced AI capabilities, and this is what you want to go for. Then there are more expensive ones. You don't want to go there unless if you're using it for commercial or for development and you're getting revenue out of it, then you can invest. Some go up to $200 a month, depending on what you use it for. But again, that's the difference. Let me see. How can I personalize? Doctor, you want to respond to Okello?
What is okay? What is the question for Kello? How can I personalize response from AI? For instance, a personal statement generated from AI. I am not very. Seems not very clear down there. I don't know whether he can substantiate his question. How can I personalize
responses?
Maybe if he can explain a little more about it. Okello, if you could write more, or if you can come over and ask your question clearly, I would be happy to answer it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I maybe want to supplement on that. Lawrence, what is important is, like Dr. Samson demonstrated, to guide the AI with a clear prompt. Tell the AI, like Dr. Sam said, please draft for me an email welcoming students, and then should be able to point out some interesting aspects in their email, while also being professional. Those are some of the elements that personalizes the message you want the AI to generate for you for your email. So you just need to tell the AI exactly what you want in the prompt that you're preparing to give the AI to act upon.
Well done.
That's what.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. Again, it's all about the prompt. It's all about what you want. So you want to ask the right questions and, be very specific in your input, like Robert has just highlighted. This will help you get a more personalized output, So have details about specifics of what you're looking for as your answers or what you're looking for in your output. If you have that in mind, then now you can specify that and then you can get whatever you're looking for. All right.
All right.
I hope we answer you, Okello. All right. So next, Dr. Dr. Rega, you want to proceed?
Okay. I thank you very much. I am privileged once again to be here and have a showcase of some of the aspects that might be interesting in the academia and any other field. Like I appreciate Dr. Samson's attempt to, give a showcase of the general overview of how AI can work promptly in our day-to-day life experience. As I always mention, AI is a trending technology right now where everybody seems to be very interested. And the main purpose of AI is to ensure that it solves your questions, your problem as quickly as possible. It's where machines and human systems use different types of memory, different types of logical thinking to answer questions that would take human some time to answer them, or to solve a problem that would take a human a long time to solve it. In many occasions, we have identified several circumstances when we are in jeopardy, when we are in a situation of when we are in a situation of need to solve a problem which might be really very responsive, which is not responsive in human attempt. However, with when we're handling it through through any AI system, we can easily be able to solve that problem. So in simple terms, we are very spot on in this conversation to look at various aspects where we can be able to answer some of these challenging questions, so that we can be able to, discuss all these as we go deep. We have our conversation going on. So my concern today will be how can I use artificial intelligence in sharing, working on research as a research. Okay, let's have a play of the video, and then after that, there's a video which you want to play, and then after that, we can continue with the discussion. Is there any way, Dr. Samson, please play the video. Am I audible? Can somebody hear me?
Prof, you are audible. We are waiting to hear the video.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe you stop sharing so Dr. Sam can share.
I'm not sharing. It should be him sharing, I think. I haven't started sharing yet. Okay, I think as you prepare for it, let's continue with our conversation. We shall get it. Let it not take a lot of our time. Okay. There's no sound again. I think we'll have to just forego it for now. Okay, in my obligation today, I want to look at how can we use AI in the process of doing research in any specific field. Remember, for those of you who were around some time back, if we had a webinar that was talking about how we can use research in institutions of high institutions of learning. I also, in my conversation, I'll do research and then I'll do some component of how this AI can help in the legal sector. That will be my second part. So for now, I am saying that for whoever wants to do maybe an education research or a dissertation or thesis, or if you want to do a publication, or you want to do any kind of research that needs a lot of work, AI has simplified work because, as mentioned yesterday, I was saying that AI has become a tool of a lot of in a lot of situations where we need quick response of certain things. Unlike in situations where we might be having a lot of problems that need to be solved as quickly as possible. But again, in this aspect, AI comes in to solve that problem. So in simple terms, I don't know whether my screen I'm sharing is visible. See again. Is it visible? Someone to tell me whether the video is visible.
The video is not.
I mean, sorry, not the video, but the screen I'm sharing. Is it visible?
Visible, but not active.
Yeah. Is it visible?
It is visible and it is okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So first of all, I want to say that AI is transforming university education by providing efficient and innovative aspect of it. So we find out that AI helps in the education sector, especially in the higher institution, to make work easy, like you've seen how Dr. Samson was showing case. Also, professors can use AI to enhance teaching, research, and also administration. We have seen Dr. Samson giving a showcase of how you can develop your course outline, answering your students, and also being able to use content, teaching content that you want to develop for your students. Possibly what he hasn't added on is how can you quickly develop a simple or develop a PowerPoint kind of presentation. Look at this presentation you see I'm having here. Yesterday I just prompted it, and then AI was able to give me such a presentation. So it's very massive. I believe, as people, to be efficient in our respective workplaces, we need a lot of time, but we don't have that time to do it, and a lot of resources needed to do work. In this regard, we find that AI can easily help you to navigate through such a lot of resource that you would need, and do it in especially time resource that can be, and it can be done in just a simple simple way, and very quick and spot on. So these machines think faster, and they help us to think beyond what we would think. That's why I'm saying professors or university lecturers can easily use AI to enhance teaching, do research, and also help them in administration work. Remember those times when, for example, the vice chancellor, you wanted to write an email or you want to write a letter or anything, you would call your secretary and start dictating your secretary. Here, AI is your personal secretary. Just give AI a prompt, maybe write for me a letter to the administration, or to the assistant administrator, or to the vice chancellor, deputy vice chancellor, or anybody that you want to write to. And then you give your prompt, and that later will be very, very spot on, and you'll be able to, maybe if you want to edit it a little bit, you can do it. But as long as you make a good prompt, it will give you the best. For example, if you are a judge and you want to write a memo, or you want to write a communicator, or you want to write something to any of people, you can tell ChatGPT to write for you by prompting it in the best way, so that it can give you details of the letter that you want to write, like the showcase of Dr. Samson. Professors also, so in this presentation, I'm exploring key areas where AI can be applied. And in this, let's look at, first of all, let's look at AI in teaching and course development. I will not go deep in this because Dr. Samson has gone through that a lot. But as a matter of fact, AI can help us in personalizing learning, like AI platform adapt to student needs. We have also here we can have a kind of environment where we can develop a system on your possibly website of the university, or any site of the university, where you can put chatbots where students can go and chat with these chatbots by answering any questions that possibly might come up. They can answer the question, AI can answer those questions for students, as long as you have a platform put across for them. Also, lecture content generation that Dr. Samson talked about, but also think about even assessment tools like quiz, like exams, like any kind of exam or any kind of assessment. You can draft it with AI by giving a prompt. I can say, for example, do me a prompt. You can have a prompt saying, create for me 20 multiple choice questions with their respective answers to give, on a possibly subject A, B, C, D. So this can help you to understand, to give a clear, it will do it within just a few seconds, 20 or 40 multiple choices from a specific topic or specific course, or a specific course unit, and then it will be able to give that in just a few seconds. I will not showcase on some of these because Dr. Samson has gone into that, but my showcase, when I come to showcase, I'll be doing possibly the research part of it. We can also do automated grading by automated grading and assessment, where you can have, you automate your grades in a system whereby students can easily see their grades. For example, if you are doing, students are doing a quiz, we can automate the quiz such that whoever student does that quiz goes directly answered, graded in their respective system, and someone can easily see his grade or her grade after attempting the quiz. Also, as I've mentioned, chatbots and virtual assistants that can help students all the time, whether it's an admission or in answering questions regarding subject matter, or responding to inquiries in any about the university, about any organization. Then of course you can do that. As for students, AI can act as an AI tutor by assisting students in learning outside class. That is to say, if you have a computer lab, we can develop systems and put them in the computer lab, and students can be able to go in the computer lab and interact with the system as where there's no teacher, they can interact with the system, and the system can answer to them any question they ask. Also, it can also develop predictive analytics, identifying at-risk students for early intervention. Some systems have been developed, especially in China, where the predictive models can easily help and tell a student when that student is tested within that system, AI system, the teacher can understand whether the student is a mediocre, or a student is a fast learner, or a student is a medium learner, and then a middle learner, so that you can find how you can help such a person. Then adaptive assessment, that is adjusting based on student performance. The system AI can also be used in adjusting, trying to tell the professor or the lecturer what is not happening. I have a system. I happen to be an adjunct professor at Manu University, and we have a pilot system that we developed, which we are trying to work on, and it is working in around 7 courses, and my course is one of them. Students are using, we call it breakout learning, breakout learning, where students interact in a breakout room with other students, and in the process, AI is developing analytics regarding how students are performing, how students are interacting, how students are working collaboratively to develop their skills. And this, at the end, generates a report on who of the students was spot on, who of the students needs help, and who of the students can possibly be helped on one way or another. Yesterday, we had a showcase of language and accessibility tools, where some students who have problems with languages, with possibly adopting to languages, or having some lag in language possibly speaking, or maybe there is a kind of a new language that possibly a student cannot obtain. This AI can also help to, in some cases, we have students here who come from non-English speaking countries, and they find some problem to cope up with the English speaking lectures or classroom environment. And here we use AI as well to help these students pick up through the language model that was presented yesterday by Mr. Matthias. Also, something in research, which we're gonna look at after this presentation. And let's also go to AI for administrative and productive enhancement. Automated scheduling. If you are, for example, a headmaster like Mr. Zimbe Abdul, you can have your system automated such that your emails or your meetings and other office hour, you can easily see them on your screen, showing that you have a meeting here. You have your AI assistant will be telling you when you have a meeting. It will tell you you have an email that needs to be responded to. You have a lot of other things it can tell you about, especially when you automate it within your working time or your working hours. Email and document drafting, we have seen that showcase with Dr. Samson. It can design for you any document. If you are going for, possibly you're going to present in any conference and you don't have a lot of time, make a prompt, give it to AI, any AI tool, and it will create for you a very good presentation. And that presentation, it can even put it in PowerPoint, and then you can design it in any way you want, depending on the template that you want to put it on. So that is also another way. Classroom management, AI-powered LMS like a Canva. I don't know whether most organizational system, universities in Africa use Canva and Blackboard. Those are some of the most developed LMSs in here. We use it here in America. We have Canvas. We can have effective and efficient AI in play in those two, Canva and Blackboard. Like, for example, when I set my quiz for my students, I don't need to grade that quiz. The quiz grades by itself. The moment a student goes and start attempting to this quiz, that quiz will be grading by itself, and the student can see the answer or can see the correct answer at the end of the quiz, and it will grade that student with a percentage after doing the quiz. Or if a student is doing structured questions, of course, that one can also be graded. The only thing possible that cannot be graded easily so fast is essay form, which involves human touch. Another one is AI-powered survey and feedback analysis. For those of you who are doing research, we have good news that you don't need to go all over to places collecting data like it used to be. We can use different tools. Those of you who know SurveyMonkey, those of you also who know what we call Google Forms that you can use to collect data. And as you collect data with those AI-powered tools, the information or the feedback go directly to the system, and then it creates raw data for you, as we shall see in a showcase. After that, also AI can help you to develop, to change or to craft raw data into understandable data, as we shall see. Then we should also consider the ethical aspect. I always tell my people, whoever I meet regarding AI, I say that AI has gone through a lot of evolution, and in going through evolution, a lot of things are changing. In the last 5 years, AI was quite a little slow, and it could be updated, but not right now. AI logical thinking has grown so high that it is working both using what we call the knowledge base and experience. That is, through interaction with the environment, it can be able to answer or to bring or to craft answers for different solutions for different problems, and crafting solution for different problems. So apart from being trained from the database that you train it from, AI can also learn from experience. It can learn from experience, and that experience becomes another source of knowledge for AI. So in the process, when someone talks about AI ethical problems consideration, we should also understand when this ethical concern was raised. For example, yesterday, Dr. Sampson talked about the discriminating dispenser, which was identified in 2015. And that dispenser was discriminating against the color. Whenever someone was light-skinned color put on, wanted to get soap from the dispenser, that person would be given soap, but whoever was having dark color, he wouldn't get soap. So that was the beginning, and those ethical concerns were developed, were further arrested. And as of now, when you go to such dispensers, you can easily get, even if you are dark skinned. So initially there were some glitches here and there, but as people continue developing, systems, the systems are now addressing such issues that could be. However, there are so many ethical concerns that we can put up regarding AI, like there must be a limit on how AI, for example, universities should develop systems, should develop policies regarding how much of AI do you need in your university. If it is an organization, how much of that AI do you need? Because if it becomes too much, then the relevancy and the intent of education might fade away. If a student can use AI to do all the assignment, then where is his role as a student? If the student, or if the student using AI in all aspects of his work, then where is his role as a student? When a professor uses AI in all aspects, then where is his role? So all in all, whether AI is helping us to do work, human touch is always also very important, because even when we are drafting these prompts that we are talking about, it is the mind of the brain of the human that designed or to craft the prompt. If you don't craft a good prompt, then of course you will not get good content or good solution. That's why they say garbage in, garbage out. So if you bring in a prompt which is full of garbage, then of course you'll get garbage content or garbage information. So it's very, very pertinent to understand that AI can create harm if we don't create policies. If government does not create policies in all sectors, then AI can become a problem. If we don't have a lot of involvement, like yesterday when we were talking about getting content of less developed communities regarding their history, we said that we need to have other people do a lot of research. Anthropologists should go and do a lot of research. So we need to have people who volunteer to come up and create content. Like I mentioned yesterday, that the content basically that AI uses is in the database, which database or knowledge base is created by human. And in doing so, it can possibly enhance the knowledge through experience and interaction. But again, also that happens when it has the basic or the base knowledge that it depends on. So there is also another concern in international treaties need to be established, because on several occasions we have seen now people are developing sophisticated AI tools, like tools that can drive by themselves. I mean, cars that can which can automatically drive themselves. We have they are now developing human-made who can work at home, working with people, working with care, taking care of children or cleaning up. I was showing a video there that was showing such kind of situations. But again, we need to have policies, because what if you have a child? You bring a mermaid, a robot homemade, and then it takes over your child and becomes violent. What will you do? So policy development must be established. Think about also in situations like AI robots in a war combatant. Many people have started developing these systems which we can use in a war. But again, if the world doesn't come up with the policies regarding or treaties regarding all these, I think we shall have a challenge. So on the side of education, there must be established AI guidelines for academic integrity. Someone talked about this yesterday. Unfortunately, when you craft any content with AI, it is not plagiarized. It's not plagiarized. And even if you check it in Turnitin or any other tool that checks plagiarism, you will not get any plagiarism. percentage. However, there are some other tools that have started being developed, which can check AI patterns in your work, which is not also official position of many governments, like the government of the United States Department of Education. We are still saying that AI policy regarding education and violation of integrity cannot be established, because AI is a technology that has come to boost the education sector as well. So if we put a stop on it and take it as a plagiarism, then of course the advancement of the technology might be jeopardized. So when you look at sometimes when you are making your prompt, make sure that you tell, maybe if you are using ChatGPT, tell ChatGPT to use the easiest language possible. And on many occasions, when I do prompts, sometimes I take them to check whether there are patterns of AI. If you prompt it well and tell ChatGPT to make it as simple as possible and avoid any pattern of AI, it will craft it for you in the simplest language. And even if you take it in detecting AI, you will not see any percent, or the percentage will be very low, like 20% or 30%, which is very negligible. So what is the future of AI? The future of AI is people need to change their mindset about AI. People should look at AI as a tool of assistance, not a tool of replacement. People should understand that we are so much obliged to doing a lot of work onto ourselves, which might not be within our capacity and availability. And in that case, we use AI as personal assistants, as personal helpers, as personal directors or guidance, or research assistants that can help us make our work very easy. In the future, we are looking forward to seeing AI in play with a lot of personalized education, where students can sit by themselves and use AI tools to educate themselves, where people like professors can sit with their AI tools to start doing a lot of research, and also automating our pieces of work that we use in teaching and learning, and also administrators using AI to make personal decision making. In many occasions, especially teachers who teach physical and scientific courses, AI plays a very big role, because it helps you to simplify those scientific and physical sciences in terms of solving very hard questions, in terms of maybe answering and calculating numbers, those big numbers, calculating theorems, developing theorems, and also coming up with good calculative approach to different scientific and physical science problems. It also going to prepare universities in universities must also be prepared to integrating AI into their systems, but that should be done responsibly and effectively. The word responsible is very much commonly used in AI applications, saying we should not make ourselves irresponsible by replacing such tools onto our daily functionalities, but just to integrate them as part of you. And balancing AI with human interaction in learning is also very, very important, because we cannot leave all our responsibilities to AI. We need to mix up our personal touch with the AI systems. So that is that for now. And I want to then go to another simple session. Will take a few minutes, and where we would like to showcase some research part where we can see research in play. Let me stop sharing this now. Okay. Let me bring my chat GPT. If someone can play the other video as I prepare for the second part, that's okay. From the production part.
Whether you think artificial intelligence will save
I
the
am going
world
to
or end
use a
it, you have
3.5
Jenny
tool
Hinton
because
to
I
thank.
know many of you
Hinton has been called
are
the
not using
godfather
a
of AI,
for
a
ChatGPT
British
4.
computer
I'm
scientist
going to
whose
use
controversial ideas help make
this.
advanced artificial intelligence possible and so change the world.
So
Hinton believes
let's
that AI will
start
do
from
enormous
fresh.
good, but tonight he has
And
a warning. He says that AI systems.
I don't know whether you see my chat GPT.
Yes.
So I like if we are going to start from scratch and I want to start possibly my research, I am going to go through different steps. We can start directly from a prompt asking for topics in different areas. For example, if you are in AI, I can say, craft for me a research topic in AI, a research topic, an academic, let me say academic research topic in AI for my master's dissertation. We can have AI is going to give us various you can see, I think Dr. Sampson talked about this. You can see when you're using a 3.5, this is a 3.5 version. It's a little slow, right? It's a little slow, but you
Doctor,
can
could
see.
we share the other screen? I see
Again?
the video is on. Can you share your screen instead? If the producer can bring down this other screen for now.
So you want to put my screen down?
No, you're showing the video instead of the. We would like to see what you're doing on ChatGPT.
Oh,
Hinton
thank
has
you.
been
Sorry,
called
sorry for that. I'm sharing something different.
Yes.
Thank you. I thought I'm sharing this.
Or maybe it's coming from the producing team, maybe.
Maybe the production team is the one which is intercepting. So
yeah,
the production team,
Thank
when
you.
I'm speaking, please stop that. I don't know whether now you can see my screen where I have ChatGPT. Are you able to see it?
Yes, now we can follow.
So now here you can see ChatGPT has crafted for me a very interesting topic, like enhancing decision-making in healthcare, the role of explainable artificial intelligence in clinical diagnosis treatment. Anybody who has interest in any area, please send me so that we can use that. You can see it has given a good case that research objective, investigating effectiveness of explainable AI. Do we have medical scientists here? Or I want any area of interest. Someone can give me an area of interest and I start from there. I want to be very practical. Quickly, if someone has a topic, an area of interest, maybe
Prof,
yes?
You can do this. Service quality management.
Just a minute. Service
quality management. Sustainable guest satisfactions.
For
sustainable guest satisfactions.
Yes.
Sustainable guest satisfaction.
Okay, so we can say, let's first of all define this topic. feed which level? Research,
PhD.
Academic, research for PhD. Yeah, now let us first refine this to be at a PhD level. Leveraging, okay, this is enough. Don't tell me, don't give me a lot. Oh my God. Okay, she's giving me even the draft. Okay, stop here. Okay, now we have leveraging AI-driven service quality management for sustainable guest satisfaction in hospitality industry. I think this gives a very good topic. And here you can see the problem has been identified. The hospitality industry faces increasing challenge in maintaining high service quality while ensuring sustainability. Traditional service quality models may not fully capture dynamic customer expectations in an AI-driven world. This study examines how AI-driven service quality management framework can enhance sustainable guest satisfaction, ensuring long-term competitiveness and effective operational efficiency. Now you can see even is bringing the other variables, the dependent variables, sustainable guest satisfaction. Ensure long-term competitiveness and operational efficiency. So now even the research questions have been drafted to explore role of AI in monitoring and improving service quality in hospitality. These are the research objectives that have been crafted. Then research questions. It depends. If you want to have to limit it to 3, you can limit it to 3. If it becomes too big, and then also. So here I stopped her from going too further because I didn't want a lot. So here you can see we have already the problem. We have the topic, we have the research problem, and we have the objective, and of course we have the question. If you want, you can. If you want to use hypothetical approach, you can also use. You can go to and ask, can you create for me instead of research questions, hypothesis? Draft hypothesis instead. Okay, we can have null hypothesis. Okay. So you can see the null hypothesis are being developed out of the research question. I want 3. So it's kind of continuous interaction. I want 3. Simple. They go there. I mean, you AI driven. So what are the variables? What are the main? You can see you are educating yourself. What are the dependent variables and independent variables in this study? You can see this is amazing. Now you are educating yourself to your research and how your research topic will be handled. You can go and ask what are the research methods that can feed this study. Okay, you can see it's giving. She's giving us all the methodologies that she thinks can be supported by this qualitative methodology, triangular approach. So now it will be you to go, and if you are doing possibly your background, you can say, write for me because all these, what I mentioned usually, I usually say that don't be totally reliant to these. You need to have your hands on as well, your hands in the crafting of the work. But again, think about also having this as your draft, which you can go enhancing and developing until you get something very, very tangible in your research. Right, for me, an extensive, but again, remember here we didn't give it a very good case study or population, maybe case study or an area of the population of study. We haven't given her that, but you can go ahead and possibly think about the scope of your research. Where are you going to do it from? Or if you're saying in Uganda, if you're saying in Kenya, if you're saying in the US, or you can specify a particular region and all that. But again, I can say, because you cannot craft an extensive background to the study. Background. Cannot have an extensive background to the study, not until you have specified all that. But we can prompt her to give us that extensive background. You can see it will give you a craft of what can be in your background, giving you details of areas to discuss, to bring forward, which can bring out your research quite eminent. And also, you see how it reacts. It gives you all that you prompt. As long as you make a very good prompt, then of course you'll get good solution to your problem. You can see this is something you can rely on and read through and then possibly. And what you shouldn't forget, like Dr. Sampson mentioned earlier, you should, in your prompt, especially when you're doing research, try to tell the system to give you references. I need in citation, I need in text citations with references. So this is something, now I am trying to develop something which I can rely on as a basis. You can see it's giving all these background, giving all these references, and it's going to give us where the source that she's getting all the information from. You can see everything is well documented, and you can have this as your initial kind of draft that you can rely on. And always, you see the references are given because I prompted her to give me the reference. Then the literature review on repenting, you can say looking at the research objectives, craft for me extensive literature review of the study. Consider 3 main objectives. Objectives of this study. So, okay, you can see those are the objectives gonna do, looking at, do this align your research? Yes, go ahead. So, I am interacting with this system as though I am talking to a person or an assistant. You can see this gentleman, your lady is giving us a
Yes,
very
here.
is interacting. We are interacting with this in a very kind of interhuman kind of approach. You can see this is not extensive. So to make this work easy, or to make her work easy, we can say, can someone be muted? Administrator, can you mute some people to avoid interference?
How are you, sir?
So,
Okay.
but you can see,
Yes,
administrator, can you mute some people? Please. Admin. Okay, so you can see here, this is not extensive, but you can look at this and you can prompt. Let's look at AI driven as up now. Administration, please mute some people down there. Now, let's look at this objective extensively. With topics. I can copy and paste that. Okay. So here you can see this is ChatGPT 3.5 has limit. Now it's telling me I have to open a new chat. But nonetheless, we can, let me see. If you are using the paid version, it will not have all these issues. It will continue. Okay, just let me copy something here to have a flow of our conversation. Let's continue with the conversation. Okay. Okay. Craft for me, literature. You on this study by looking at each objective extensively. Breaking down into 4 subtopics and identify literature that can be viewed. You can see we are getting all this information. It's giving details, but the details, of course, you can go advancing it in a conversation as much as you can. So you can see it's looking at 3 objectives and giving details of it by breaking down. So you can now go back onto each of these subtopics like AI for real-time monitoring and feedback, and then you can have one topic like give me details of these. You can see each topic, you can go on looking at it individually so that you can get enough information that you want. You can see only one part, one section of that literature can be. And remember, don't forget to please to always have insert in text citation and references thereof. So that is, I'm trying to give you a kind of scenario where you interact with the system so that the system can give you what you want in terms of research. And as time rolls by, I think I'm caught up by time. I never realized I was. So there, I had created some data here, but I think I'm caught up. I wanted to show you how the last part of it, where you need to use data as, how you can have your raw data become something that is reasonable, and then the system can create for you. That would be possibly chapter 4, where you interpret data and also do all that. I think I cannot go beyond this, Mr. Moderator. I think these things have been too huge to be done in like 1 hour. I'm very, very sorry. I even went very much, deep into, I went into other people's time, unfortunately. So in case of any kind of need to dig deep into these areas for a particular institution or particular group, I think we can always make an arrangement and we go deep step by step and see how best we can do that. Thank you very much. Back to the moderator.
Thank you very much.
Having taken the time.
Thank you very much, Dr. Nordin, for the wonderful presentation. I thought we can conclude that by have a raw data here. In just 1 minute, we demonstrate to the audience how this AI can be used to analyze a data that is for your research.
I had some raw data that I had created here. This raw data, and actually I made a prompt to AI to create for me the same raw data. You can see here, create for me a hypothesized raw data for any research topic on your own, and created the research topic is impact of AI-powered tutoring system on students' performance. So you can see this is the raw data it created for me. Now, if I want that raw data, I can copy that raw data and then take it to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT, depending on your interest and your research methods that you used. For example, if you want to have a comparative analysis, we can have, we can say, develop for me this raw data into interpreted data for chapter 4 research findings, for example, and interpretation by calculating mean, standard deviation, correlation coefficient. Depending on what you want, you can put it all and over. Anything that you want to put to calculate, you can do that. Okay, I put my raw data there. I don't know whether yes, I put my raw data there. So you can see very fast, it will create for you this kind of draft of your data. So that one, of course, if we have any group that needs to be taken through step by step, we'll be happy to have that conversation. But it's taking some time to analyze the data I've given her, but you can see, okay, let's say put them in table form, and also develop how do you call them graphs and what? Graphs and
Charts.
Charts. So where do you get the raw data? The raw data, as we mentioned, when you go use your Google form, use your SurveyMonkey, you'll be able to, if you created that survey or that data collection tool, it will be going into that kind of, it will give you that kind of, you can see here, okay, this guy is getting confused. Let's go table by table. Let's go table by table. I've tried to enhance the, okay. You can see now, very organized because of the prompt. You can see correlation coefficients, then interpretation. I've told her to go the table by table. So now the first table has been done. Table 1, AI tutoring usage and student performance. You can see mean on average students use AI is that you can see this is table 2, calculation mean engagement level, standard deviation of engagement level, correlation engagement level, and cost blah blah. Interpretation has been given. Table number 3. So this is how it will very, very fast interpret your data instead of going to SPSS and then you do whatever you do and then you sit down, have an expert to interpret the data and all that stuff. It is done by, you can see all these, the tables were 3 and all have been interpreted. If you have like 20 tables, it will go ahead and make all these tables as much as you've seen here. So this is especially the situation where you are using quantitative approach, where you're using just data as you interpret it. Thank you very much. I think that has served the purpose, right?
Yeah, thank you very much. That's it. There we come. We come to the end. Would have loved to continue. However, we promised 2 hours and we need to let our members go to other activities. At this point in time, we ask all those who may be having questions to leave them in the message box for onward management, and maybe we'll respond to you in your emails. Our Vice Chancellor, Professor Penjuru, is online. Prof, are you there? Hello?
Thank you.
Prof, are you there?
Yes, can't you see me?
Thank you so much, Professor. Permit me welcome you, and thank you so much for honoring our request invitation to grace this webinar and close it at the same time. Thank you once again. This webinar is sponsored by Guru University, BSU Project, CATS Professionals, Network Brothers, and others. You are welcome to close the session, the webinar.
Thank you very much, the coordinator, Robert, for inviting me to close this. I have been listening in, and I must admit I have enjoyed the presentation so much. The potentials of artificial intelligence and ChatGPT in education is certainly phenomenal. I would like to start by thanking the presenters, especially those I have been listening to, Dr. Katz and Dr. Samson Ogola, for their very good presentation with clear examples that they have been doing. And I do believe the people, or the almost 20-something number of people who have been attending, must have been learning quite a lot. And what I have noted is that ChatGPT helps us with a lot of work, as the two have explained. And it really leaves us with a time to do more productive work. So that makes it easy for us now to move on to more other complicated learning requirements, because ChatGPT and artificial intelligence saves us from content issues. So instead of spending quite a lot of time developing content, ChatGPT can align contents, and even the organization of content, as we have already seen, is taken care of based on approved procedures. So what does that leave us with? That certainly leaves us with taking time to develop in the learners the capacity of critical thinking, innovativeness, analysis, creativity, and other skills that are actually we have not been focusing on. I think ChatGPT and artificial intelligence takes us a notch higher than where we have been, and I'm happy for that. We can now focus on what is needed and the reasons for which we go to school, the improvement of practical productivity through increased creativity which will eventually lead to enhanced ability to solve world problems, issues of poverty, and we can do that in real time because content can now be made available in real time as well. It also helps us to become aware of the tools available that are around us, which can help us to address our problems. So it means we should now focus our ability not on content learning, but on skills of coming up with practical solutions, ability of crafting solutions to problems that affect society. Economic problems, how can we get around it? When AI can avail us with all the informations that we need to engage with in solving our problems. Including possibly political problems. With this, we can now focus on enhancing efficiency, enhancing human agency in engaging with the practical world. And it helps us to improve the delivery of services to people, starting with us in the university. Now we have seen that we can do much better, including in assessment of students' work. Whereas we know that students can also use artificial intelligence to provide responses, but we should take it into account that the design of learning has been the testing of knowledge, our ability to capture information and work with them. But it has not been focusing on our creativity. So we also need to change our pedagogy away from content delivery. We need to change our assessment because we now have all these tools that can generate responses to start testing for creativity, testing for innovation, testing for critical thinking. In other words, move our pedagogy away from content delivery to see that our learners can engage with real-world problems, addressing issues of climate change, addressing issues of sustainable development, and addressing issues of making life easier for us in this world. Issues of movement, issues of lighting, issues of, comfortable homesteads, issues of availability of food production in agriculture. All this can now be done because the voluminous content problem has already been sorted out. So nonetheless, I thank all of you who have showed up, now 21 people, and participated. And I thank BSU for the financing that they have brought. And I hope this will go a long way in improving higher education for us who are in the transition phase and make it better for the people who are coming in future, who are going to be faced with the new dynamics of higher education, which has been highly facilitated by artificial intelligence and ChatGPT. I appreciate all of you. And with this, I would like to once again thank the presenters thank the organizers, thank the moderator for the good work that they have done. And I thank people for the participation. I've been monitoring the chat, for the questions they have asked, for the sharing that has been done. And declare that this webinar is closed. Wish you all well, wherever you are, until we meet next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, VC, for the kind words and for the very insightful presentation. At this point in time, Dr. Sam, would you like to move a vote of thanks to the Vice Chancellor?
Yes, the Vice Chancellor, Professor George, Justice Lubenga, and the team from the judiciary, all the presenters today and yesterday, we want to, and the participants, I would like to especially take this opportunity to thank you all for first being a participant and participating with us on this special occasion. I would like to especially thank Professor George, the Vice Chancellor, for finding time out of his busy schedule to grace this occasion, and for the wise and kind words that you've expressed. We don't take it lightly that you sat in with us for the entire 2-hour session, and we really appreciate the sacrifice. And the many of you who have sacrificed for this webinar, the team from the judiciary, the team from the universities, and other represented organizations, including the Kenya School of Government, who have been represented here as well. I would wish to especially thank all of you, and I hope that we are going to have more of this engagement aimed at building a better African continent where we'll be able to be self-sufficient. Again, thank you again for gracing this occasion, and your Lordship, Justice Farouk. We also want to appreciate you and the team from Judiciary. Thank you, Vice Chancellor. We wish you well, and we wish that the university is going to achieve overall vision, mission, and goals. We are willing to partner with you and to support the university's initiatives in all matters of artificial intelligence and AI. And me and Dr. Katz will be reaching out to you if we need to. I hope we are welcome so that we can see other ways we can engage further. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This webinar is organized under the umbrella of AI Innovation Forum, Global Forum. For continued interaction with us, visit the website aiglobalforum.com to get more and continue to interact with us. Dr. Sam, Professor Nordin Kateraga, and Robert are the key personalities behind the Global Forum. And on this note, Nordin, kindly say a word or two, and we say thank you to everyone.
Thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate Professor George, the Vice Chancellor. Your kind words have been very, very received with warm and appreciative approach. I think the world we are living in is within the vicinity of the international world, where everyone is now looking at how to make work easy. We as university professors in America feel very, very obliged to, share and give back to our beloved continent. And we feel like we should attract other people to come over and participate in this very interesting. That's why you saw people yesterday from different parts of the world, from Europe, and one of the presenters from Europe, another from the US, and we people from Africa, basically to make it quite flavored for people to understand the need for Africa not to be taken, right, to keep behind. I always appreciate everybody's effort And I think we are going to be moving forward. Whoever has an interest in partnering with AI Innovation Global Forum, we are happy to come up with something. I'm very, very gratified with the legal department, the legal group from Uganda, and I think Justice Honorable Justice Farouk Lubega and Honorable Justice Aisha, who participate in this conversation, and we will try to have a separate possibly conversation with you, because you seem not have been gotten what possibly you would get from this. But if we make an arrangement, we can always have where we can meet with your teams, and then we can be able to have a conversation. Otherwise, I thank you, everybody. I appreciate all your effort, your time that you spend to be with us. And I hope we shall be happy to hear from you. We shall always be sending you emails, especially those that have been captured. We have over 100 people who registered for this. Some of them have been watching on YouTube. We are live on GSTV Africa. So the conversation can continue down there. And whoever wants to contact us, I think you can go to the website, you can find us, and then we can have a good conversation about that. Thank you very much, the moderator, and I appreciate everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night and good day to you in USA.
We are still enjoying the day. It's still 11 o'clock in Massachusetts, and in Washington. I think California is just 9 o'clock.
Great.
In the morning. Thank you very much. Be blessed.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Recording stop.